Playing computer games is fun. Actually building them is even more fun.
My life, my passion was for computers. I could design almost any computer in the world in a few days.
It's a pretty dirty, ugly, messy story.
And yes, they nailed the sound. Boom, top flight AV team back there. They never get enough credit. Hi everyone, I'm Jason Scott. I spoke at the first XOXO. I was the person who interviewed James and Lisanne, who did the indie game, the movie. And I'm here to talk with Bruno Grampa, who is the producer of the 8-Bit Generation project. And I just wanted to just try to understand, how many of you knew of this project before this event? All right. So here's, what happened to some of us from the outside was this amazing thing showed up, this amazing movie trailer showed up, and we all got really excited, and then it disappeared. And I mean, this movie, we're going to show you some footage tonight. This movie was so good, I almost quit making films. And I'm not joking. I mean, I was like, well, I can't do this. And when it disappeared, I was like, oh, I can do some work now. And I ran off and bought a good camera and stopped sucking. So we're going to show you some pieces of footage. Is there anything you want to kind of let people know about what we're seeing here?
Yes, the first thing is that 8-Bit Project is a common effort between me and my friend Tommaso Walliser, owner of Junk Food Company. So I'm here because Tommaso can be here with us, but the project is between us, okay? And we are storytellers, and we want to tell the biggest story for us, that is the computer revolution, because everybody now owns a computer, but there was a time when they weren't. And so this history for us is so important that we decided to do this crazy project, because it's really crazy.
And as I recall, you said you shot about 60 interviews.
65, yes.
65, and we're talking some big names. So I mean, if you're in the computer history, you're going to see some names here. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go right into some footage, okay? So the footage from here is something called the Home Computer Revolution, and it's about the home computer revolution. I want you to see it because this movie's real. I want you to see what kind of work they're doing here and the names that pop up. And then we're going to discuss a little bit about what happened and why this movie isn't in our hands quite yet. Okay. So let's do it. So I knew this movie. Okay, so two things. First of all, that's the world premiere of that footage, because that's never been seen before. And it's also the world premiere of Bruno, because he flew for 24 hours from Italy to be here with you guys now, which is very kind of him to do. And so, I'm just going to ask the question, which is, why don't we have this movie in our hands?
This project was crazy. It was crazy from the first day. And I think that we have experienced all the problems you can have. Personal, with money problems, and we were simply lost. And when you are so lost, the first thing that you do is take money for living, and this was a dream. So it was just put in a drawer, and then, okay, we are waiting for better times. Now we're here because better times are coming. Right. And the movie is quite ready because we have made all the interviews, so we have just to pack it and decide what the content will be.
So what were some of the things that, I mean, I remember talking to you guys, and I mean, I know that there were, that a company closed, I know that there were...
Yes, financial problems,
right,
and personal problems, so really everything.
Right.
Okay. And the project was probably too big for us. We interviewed 65 people, and then we ran out of money. So, okay, now we have the interviews, but no movie.
Right. So as a computer historian, what's important to me, and I want to make this clear, there's a couple people in this who are dead, because it's the only interview, in some cases, in any recent times of people. In the next sequence, we're going to show you one with Jack Tramiel, who was the founder of Commodore, and then later went on to purchase Atari. I tried to get this guy. He wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't talk to anybody. He absolutely refused to be interviewed because he was assuming nobody would ever tell his story for real. Why did he talk to you?
Well, we really don't know why, but you know, when you receive a phone call from an Italian guy, they say, hey, I want to do an interview, and then you explain what you're doing, and the answer was yes. It was like a miracle for us. I say, okay, we'll do this. And when the wheel is running, spinning, all other guys say, okay, Jack said yes, okay, I will say yes. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a good start.
Right.
And we are missing just a few people, no more.
Right. I mean, there's, you know, what blows me away is that you have people from the MIT
yes.
Model Railroad Club, you have the Model Railroad from it, then you have Steve Wozniak, you got Commodore guys, you got Nolan Bushnell, you got a bunch of Atari guys, and so, I mean, like I said, you know, what I'm really happy about, and I think this is what you said you wanted to do, was we needed a really good, just base, here's what 8-bit was.
Yes.
And then people can concentrate on this versus
yes.
that. Was there any part in the production where you were like, oh, now we've really got something? Like where you said, well, a really proud moment for you with
yes,
Tommaso?
I think that after the Jack Tramiel interview, because this was the turning point.
Right.
And you will see, Jack was really fantastic.
Right.
And you can understand from his words what he was trying to do.
Right.
And it's very important because Commodore was the biggest company and it was one of the most important company for this revolution.
Right.
And his words are so important for us to understand that when I've seen that interview, I say, okay, we are done. Okay.
What I've really caught from what you've been doing is you seem to have done arcades and gaming.
Yes.
Home computers.
Yes.
Early computer history.
Yes.
Is there any else that I'm missing? Any other pieces? I think you guys cover
everything.
Yeah. Okay. It's like that.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. So we're going to run a 16-minute sequence here called 8-Bit Legends, and this has, like I said, Jack Tramiel, who is now no longer with us, and his son, and a bunch of other people talking about the home computer business of the early 1980s from a point of view that I'm honestly going to say I don't think we've ever had before. So enjoy this treat, which is also, like the rest of this, a world premiere.
Okay. Thank you.
So that footage is very special to me because, like I said, to have Jack Tramiel talk, and he's been gone for some time now, and he just refused interviews forever because he said, what his family told me with me was basically that he said, no one will ever treat me right. I'll just be hated and forget it. And yet I found out they had talked to him. He's a human being in that, and I think that's really a special piece of it. Mike, you know, the natural question, oh, and also I think we discussed this, the cutting of this was originally meant to be a mini-series.
Yes.
And it's going to be redone into a couple films, a film or two.
Yes, we will do 2 films, and the next step for us is to find the money to finish the job. Mm-hmm. So we will start with a website that will be online in a couple of weeks, and then we will start with the crowdfunding campaign using Indiegogo, mm-hmm. and we need the money just to finish and to pack it.
When do you think you would have something?
Our schedule is quite simple. We want to be ready for the first week of January next year. Okay. So after 4 or 5 years of work, we are finally at the end.
Yeah, so it's just in pieces, waiting for this final piece.
Yes.
I mean, you know, what I'm happy about here is that, you know, you're basically trying to lay this background, right? You're trying to put it across this space here. Were there any subjects that you really, like, were really happy about getting, that were like, you know, in other words, like, I'm seeing, you know, one of the things I love is Steve Slug Russell in the beginning. He's the guy who co-created Computer Space, which is essentially, by some standards, the first video game.
Video games ever, yes.
And then you have stuff going on through the 90s.
Yes.
So it's kind of a core thing. What are you going to do with all the extra interviews that you have from this? I mean, you have at least over 100 hours of interviews, right?
Yes, we have a lot of footage. And we want, okay, we have done so many mistakes that now we have to take a different approach. So our approach is, okay, we finish the first movie. Okay, when it will be a good movie, we will have time and I hope money to finish all the others. We will decide what to do with your help and your support, because we don't know what to do. We can do a mini-series, we can do a very long documentary. We don't know. We will try to understand what the needs are, and then we decide what to do.
So some people in here, and again, I'm staring into the sun. Just clap once. Any filmmakers in the audience? A couple of them? Oh, good, excellent. If there's one thing you'd want to tell them, having been at towards the end of this nearly half-decade journey, is there anything you think you would want to warn them about or advise them about from this work that you did?
It was really tough. It was really tough for us. So I really don't know. It was.
You're on your own.
Yes.
Sorry.
For us, it was. When you are pushing a dream like this, you have to give everything you have.
Right. And
maybe it's not enough.
Okay.
And that was the case.
What domain will further information be
8bitgeneration.com.
8bitgeneration.com.
Yes.
And you'll keep the information there.
Yes, we will start with a blog, and we will try to update it as soon as it will be ready, and we will write everything, and we will be this material and a lot of new cuts and so on.
Right. I'll be watching. I mean, I want to disclaim I don't have anything to do with this film. I'm just somebody who really likes good technical documentaries. So I was very worried that this footage would be lost. And I wrote to them a couple times over the years and said, do you need any help? Is everything okay? And then earlier this year, like a message in the darkness, yeah, we're here, yeah. And I was like, oh, thank God. That footage is somewhere. Like, that's really, I mean, like I said, that's really precious stuff. Today's my birthday, and this is my birthday gift to myself. So, because I mean, it's true. It's like I'm working on some films myself, some documentaries myself. Maybe I'll even show them somewhere like here. And I know what it's like to work on a film and have things go south, or to think you're going to make a certain kind of film and halfway through you realize you don't. And it's very painful, and it's a large, long process, and it's a lot of emotional ups and downs. So I speak to a lot of technical filmmakers, and the breadth of what these people tried is crazy. Like, on paper, it's insane, because they're just like, well, we're just going to tell every time there was anything with computers ever, and put that up and make it available, and really try to like tell the story from that point of view, and not just make it into a, you know, Discovery Channel, like there were computers, now there aren't, yay, blow up something. I was just so excited. So we're just going to run the last piece here, which is called Playing the Revolution.
Yes.
And this is the video game and gaming idea, right?
Yes, it's the other face of the medal, computers and video games. And, you know, they are so linked together that the story is starting from computers, but then going to video games.
Right, so this is the last time we're on stage, so I'm gonna let the footage speak for itself. I want to thank Bruno again for coming all the way from Italy. That's amazing. I want to thank XOXO for paying his freight, by the way, to bring him here. This is what he's here for. He then goes home. This isn't part of some other thing. You're it. So I'm around this weekend, and of course he's around this weekend if you want to talk to him about any questions or ideas. And it's just a pleasure to have finally met you. Well, give me the hug. This is about hugs.
It's an honor for me.
Okay. So again, we're going to show you this thing. It's 10 minutes long. It's called Playing the Revolution. And thank you so much for sitting here and enjoying this.
Thank you.